Good morning, kids. Today we're going to talk about temptation and how temptation is not an accident. You must physically make the action to fall into temptation. Someone can tempt you with something. It's going to happen. But you must physically do something to fall in temptation. That's just how it works. And my example for our lesson is going to be a doorknob. Just a regular doorknob. See? And here it is. I don't just look at my door and expect my door to open. I must physically do something to the doorknob to make that happen. Even whenever I turn the doorknob, it doesn't happen. It was presented. I wanted that door to open. But by turning the doorknob, it is not enough. I must physically push the door open to make it happen. Like temptation, you have to physically do something in order to fall into temptation. You make that choice. Whether it's something little or big, you have made that choice to fall into temptation. That's just how it is. It is not an accident. You cannot accidentally open that door as you watched. You cannot accidentally do it. You must physically make that choice. When confronted with something you did wrong, have you ever said, "I didn't mean to. It's not my fault. It was an accident. I promise it was an accident." You may think it was an accident, but was it really? Did you physically make that decision to do it? Then it's not an accident. Like the doorknob and the door opening, there are no accidents when it comes to making choices. This is like sin. Sin is something we choose to do or not do. We make that choice. No accidents. No excuses. Let me repeat that for you. No excuses. No accidents. No excuse. No one can force you to sin. Either you open that door and you give in, or you listen to God and resist temptation. You have to physically make that choice. Even Jesus was tempted with sin. And I'm going to read about that in Matthew 4, verses 1 through 11. Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. And after fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. And the tempter came and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, command these stones to become loaves of bread." He answered, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." Then the devil took him to the holy city and set him on the pinnacle of the temple and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, throw yourself down, for it is written, he will command his angels concerning you, and on their hands they will bear you up, lest you strike your foot against a stone." Jesus said to him, "Again it is written, you shall not put the Lord your God to test." Again the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. And he said to him, "All these I will give you, if you will fall down and worship me." Then Jesus said to him, "Begone, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve." Then the devil left him, and behold, angels came and were ministering to him. So just like in Jesus, he was tempted, but he did not fall into temptation. We have to physically make that choice to either fall into temptation or not. No accident. No excuses. We make that choice every day that we're tempted, whether we're going to give in or obey God. That is our choice. That is our decision to make. No accident. No excuse. I want you to think about that during the week. When you're tempted by something, I want you to think, am I going to do it? And I want you to remember, no accidents, no excuses. And I pray you don't do it. And then you remember, no accident, no excuse. You chose to not do it. And I want you to be proud when you don't. Because we're going to be tempted. It says in the Bible we will. That's part of what's going to happen. But you have to physically make that choice to not fall into temptation. And I hope you remember. And so on Wednesday, I'm going to share with you another lesson about temptation. And I look forward to sharing it with you. Have a good day, everyone.